is Trent Mosley.
I got you.
Okay? It's Trent Mosley. Now, Trent Mosley is a 5'11", 200-pound wide receiver. I don't exactly remember what state he is from. I think, and this is going to sound crazy, I think this is Ryan Williams. All right?
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be Ryan Williams, but this feels like Ryan Williams. And what does Ryan Williams feel like to me? Ryan Williams feels like the fastest football player on the field at all times, the quickest football player on the field at all times, the most dangerous player with the ball in his hands on the field at all times, despite the fact that he's 5'11", 6 foot, plays big. All right, really, really good contact balance as well. This guy right here, Trent Mosley, I think this tape is warranting of that type of projection for this football player. Okay,
it up for his huddle too.
Yeah, man,
that's tough.
This guy's different. This is some of the funnest tape we're gonna watch tonight, and that includes the national stuff.
Apparently, son of Notre Dame player Emmett Mosley.
Checks out. Also about this kid, Kirby, slightly bow-legged.
Ooh.
Slightly bow-legged, and you know how I am with these bow-legged athletes.
Number one gave up on that play.
I mean, I think 5 started coasting as well. I think he knew he had the go-go juice required. All right? This is why I compared him to Ryan Williams. All right? He's got elite juice after the catch, man. He can really turn it on.
I mean, they're giving up. Holy hell.
Yeah. And these are big stadiums too. Look how far we are. So we're not on him right now on these these cut-ups. This is distance speed. We're watching him for several hundred feet away, and he's running away from guys like this. He defies angles on the high school level that are absurd. He's geared down at this point. Those guys catching him, he's coasting. Now you're going to see him at running back or at Wildcat quarterback. I didn't even get this far into the film study. I watched a minute and a half or a minute of it, and I was like, my God.
When you say Ryan Williams, it's more what he does with the ball
Correct.
in his hand. So
Correct.
It's not necessarily the ball skills in the air.
Correct.
Because Ryan Williams is insane with that.
Absolutely. And we haven't seen that on this tape. That's what's made Ryan really, really good. But the other stuff that has made Ryan good this year is the after the catch stuff that he can do. There it is.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. All right. So we've got some of this in the bag. We just showed the explosiveness first. By the way, that's 5 for 5 touchdowns. All 70-yarders, it looks like.
That's an 80-yarder right there.
Yeah. I mean, just
that ref was hustling.
Elite speed.
Shout out to the zebra, man.
From this kid. Oh, yeah, we're double moving him. Are we going to high point this football? Yeah, we are. All right, so there is Trent Mosley. I think he's a really, really good football player. To be honest with you, I don't know where Georgia stands in his recruitment. I just know that they love him. All right, they've got a really, really high evaluation on this young man. They think he's a really good football player.
Understandably so.
Now, this next guy that we're going to show you, Kirby, this next guy is arguably, oh my God, the late hands on that were absurd. Did you notice that, Kirby? He didn't flash his hands until the very last second. Can you hit me a left arrow on this?
Yeah, I got you.
Over there. Just clip it right here. I don't know if we went back far enough. Anyways, late hands are when the wide receiver, that's it right there. Late hands are when the wide receiver lets that DB, he doesn't give any indication that the ball is on us until the very last second. All right, because that's all. When DBs are in trail technique, and Kirby knows this, I don't know if the audience does. When DBs are in trail technique, meaning the wide receiver's running and they're on their back hip, all they're reading is the eyes and the hands of the wide receiver. The wide receiver's eyes go big and his hands go up. What do we know? We know the ball's coming, so we better start separating it. The really good wide receivers, as they get older and they get more developed, they start flashing those hands and eyes really, really late, particularly over those middle of the field routes. All right, now this next guy, Kirby. All right, my man's name is Zach Turner. Now, Zach Turner is a wide receiver / tight end prospect out of Duncanville High School. Zach Turner is one of the 2 highest rated tight ends on Georgia's board in 2026. He's currently a 3-star. All right. He's currently the 386th ranked player in the country.
So I'm hearing is by the time he signs wherever that may be.
By the time he signs for a top 5 football program, this guy's going to be a top 100 athlete. So there's the timestamp. Today is January 16th of 2025. Within 6 months of this filming, I guarantee you this kid's a top 100 football player. I don't know why he isn't already based off what I'm about to show you. And we're going to get I guarantee you, we do get another commercial here.
One, I can look up the other two.
Go ahead and one. All right, so the reason I think Zach is a little bit underrated right now by the industry, he's not huge. Zach is about 6'1.5". He's about 200 pounds. pounds. All right.
That's Henry.
Oh, my bad. All right. But this dude has really, really special, receiving abilities and yards after the catch abilities. This guy can really freaking run. I'm getting spun around.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. This guy can really freaking run. All right. And here's the other thing. Look where he's playing,
What's
Kirby.
up with these edits lately?
This is where he's playing. This is Duncanville High School football. This is
shabby.
as big of high school football as it gets. These dudes are as good of a high school football players week in, week out as you will ever play. All right. And he's got really good talent around him. He's got a good quarterback. He's got one of the top wide receivers in the country on his roster. There's no reason why Division I coaches or 24/7 reps or on-3 reps or whoever's doing the rankings, no reason why they don't know who this kid is. All right. Especially when he's out here putting on tape like this, Kirby. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen
any
this.
of these guys.
You're about to have your mind blown. This is a tight end doing this shit.
That's a tight end?
That's a tight end. Okay, now, granted,
sure?
He's an H. He's going to be an H. He's about 6'1.5". I just told you about 6'1.5", about 200 pounds. He's not huge, but the tape is as explosive as any tape can get. Watch him hands catch this. Watch him catch it away from his body, high point that football out there against a really, really good team in Dallas ISD. All right, now we're getting back in the slot right here, and I think we're going deep or we're going to catch one short, make a bunch of people miss. We're scoring on this, by the way, Kirby. We're scoring on this, by the way, Kirby. We are scoring on this, by the way, Kirby. All right, 338th ranked player in the country right here. Can't believe it.
They got him running as an X.
Yeah, he's going to block. He's going to block right here. He's going to do something violently.
Poor kid.
Yeah. All right. Now, that's Keelan Russell playing quarterback for him right there. All right, at Duncanville High School, the Alabama commit, 5-star. I think he's the number 3 ranked player in the country. I can't teach you that.
No, you can't.
I can't, just no different than I can't teach you to be 6'6", but I can't teach you to have that type of game speed right there.
There's not a sled heavy enough to make you that fast.
And the hands catching, dude. Everything's out in front of his body with very, very strong but soft hands. He's going to high point that ball too. 2 feet in. Good on Sundays. Zachary Turner, ladies and gentlemen. Zachary Turner. Now, the number 1 offensive tackle in America, and to be honest with you, I don't think it's particularly...
If you stand in front of camera 1, I'll pull up the other 2.
I don't think it's particularly close right here. This is Jackson Cantwell. Jackson Cantwell is out of the state of Missouri. This one, I would imagine, is going to get relatively expensive, especially considering he is, like I told you, from the state of Missouri. So I don't know if the Tigers are involved in this one, but this is a football player that's taken a bunch of visits recently to the University of Georgia, okay, and they're recruiting him very, very actively and very, very heavily. Now, what I love most about Jackson Cantwell's film, and if you've watched this network long enough, you know I'm an avid fan. Can you spin this all the way back to the top? Yes, you know I'm an avid fan of guys who fight to finish, all right? I'm obviously an avid fan of this dude's physical profile. He's 6'6".
158 pancakes.
And you're going to think when you see that, that's a Fugazi stat, aren't you? There's no way. Wait until I turn the tape on. This dude's 6'7". He's 330 pounds. He's got an 85-inch wingspan. Every box that there is to check, there is to check. The other thing that I love about this guy, all right? Now hold on with me. He ain't very pretty. All right, this guy ain't pretty, and I don't want my offensive lineman to be pretty. I want my offensive lineman to look like Jackson Cantwell.
Are we talking pretty as in like, wow, KJ Bolden looks beautiful? Are we talking pretty as in like, oh, walking down the street, that's a handsome man?
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, like Marcus Freeman is pretty.
Okay.
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 Amarius Mims was a pretty looking athlete.
Yes.
I'll take pretty looking athletes. I don't want pretty offensive linemen.
That's fine.
I want nasty offensive linemen.
Okay.
This dude's nasty.
Ooh, all right. Nasty, huh?
This dude's nasty. All right. Those 158 pancakes, you're going to realize, not a Fugazi stat. And right off first clip, you're going to notice. All right. This dude is the definition of fighting to finish. He's going to take this dude and almost hurt one of his own players. All right. The next snap, I think he puts this guy on the sideline past the first down marker.
Oh, he gives him the blind side treatment.
Yeah, buddy. We got like excessive blocking calls
hurt the coach.
Coming from Jackson Cantwell. All right. Now there's a young Nigerian man from the state of Texas that's a really high rated offensive tackle as well. Ihian Agbochu or something like that. But they obviously love them both. They really love this kid. All right. I saw him on visits to Georgia, I think 3 times this year, Kirby.
Oh, he's catching.
Yeah, this is what was surprising to me.
Detroit line.
Yeah, when I first saw the tape, I immediately thought, okay, maybe a guard. But then you see that and you see the fast twitch on this human, and you're like, nah, he can play tackle. All right,
Certainly.
he's gonna play tackle at a really high level.
Good Lord.
Yeah, buddy, he's violent.
The worst thing about him, and I say the worst thing because I used to be a defensive player, he's one of these guys that he doesn't care that the ball is 5 yards down the field. He doesn't care that you're not going to make the play. He's not stopping till he drives your ass in the dirt.
He's got one job. One job. Oh my God.
He got like 3 guys.
Whew. Yeah, there is a different level of fight to finish with Jackson Cantwell. Now, here's what I don't love about Jackson Cantwell's eval. If you notice, when he goes to meet contact, he's meeting contact with his hands out. All right, which means in order to throw a shock, what do we have to do? We have to bring our hands back, and then we have to refire. Bro, run up to the next level with your DBs, your dick bitters, right here, okay? Right here, and then fire them suckers, all right? Don't be out here doing one of these, all right? Anyways, love Jackson Cantwell's tape. Really, really good football player and made up of the right stuff that I want an offensive lineman made up out of. Now, Lamar Brown, Kirby, a very interesting eval, and here's why. As we wait for this to load, don't go anywhere. Put me in one right quick. All right, now, the thing about Lamar Brown, when I saw Lamar Brown on the sheet of prospects that I got, the first thing I noticed, A, how highly he was rated by this football program at the University of Georgia, but B, his overall height and weight. He's 6'4", 280 pounds. Now, when you hear that, 6'4", 280 pounds, the first thing I think of, that's not their profile.
That's not the size.
That's not what they do. They're Jackson Cantwell recruiters. They're 6'6", 200 or 330 pound plus guys. That's what they want normally. And you have to buck the trend one of 2 ways to be outside of the physical metrics to play at the University of Georgia at this position. First and foremost, if you're not 6'6", you better have 6'6" wingspan. So if you're 6'4", you better have long arms, or you better be just an undeniably great athlete, which is what Lamar Brown is. All right, this is a power forward playing offensive tackle in high school. They think he might kick inside to guard. Take a look at this tape right here. He's number 55 at right tackle. This is the best athlete in the class. I think he's got the most twitch out of any offensive lineman. This guy he could moonlight as a defensive end and be a Power 5 football player with his movement skills. He's really, really athletic, as you can see right here.
Just using your eyeball scouts, what's the height of the left guard on that offense?
The left tackle?
Yeah, because so far I'm looking at it, he looks like he has a pretty high stance.
Oh, no, he does stand upright in the stance. There's no doubt about it. I think the left tackle is probably like 6'3", based off what I remember looking at.
Maybe he's just towering over.
No, they're clearly, they're a big offensive line, first and foremost. They got big boys. All right, he's 6'4", 280, so they're rolling pretty large up front. But no, they're clearly teaching the high 2 hands on the thigh board type of stance. You know what I love about that clip, Kirby? We kept our head out in that clip, all right? When I used to have an offensive line coach talk about eating your face, okay?
Yeah.
I want to see you eat your face. I want to see you play the offensive line position with your head out like this. Why? Because right now we're in our cheeks, aren't we? We're back here where we're strong, all right? We're eating our face. We start to play face and nose over toes. We're in a troublesome position, all right? Want to eat that face.
Do y'all also do that for leverage as well? Because it's easier to get your head around on certain sides?
No. The eat your face thing is just about the stability of your core. When my head's back and my sternum and my spine is solid, right? I'm not here and concave. My spine is intact and I'm solid. You got to go through me and run through my ground force is why we do that.
Gotcha.
Eat our face.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I never was privy to the O-line techniques as much as you were, so.
A little overhand swipe on the kiddo. I like it.
See, I feel like we're going to see a kick step here. Nope.
Yeah, I'm going to see some finish, too. We're going to take him out the screen. Can I get you back in the screen on top of this dude? That would be awesome. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, who's our last guy we're watching?
Last one is Malik Morris, who I believe you have listed as a linebacker.
He is a linebacker. All right, he goes to Lakeland High School. Do you know the 2 football players the last 4 cycles that the University of Georgia have signed out of Lakeland High School, Kirby?
I could not tell you.
Come on, man. 2 wide receivers. Does that help you out at all?
Have signed out of Lakeland High School.
Have signed out of Lakeland High School.
I'm going to say
One of them just graduated. One of them transferred last year.
Jackson Meeks.
Nope.
I give up.
The two players are Tyler Williams and Arian Smith. Both Lakeland, Florida football players.
I'm not huge on the Florida recruiting.
And I want to say Xavier Sori might have played a year at Lakeland. I want to say. Okay. All right, but here we go. This is Malik Morris. All right, so everyone knows, probably already in the chat, why aren't we watching Tyler Atkinson? Everybody and their mama knows Georgia better sign Tyler Atkinson. Everybody's trying to sign Tyler Atkinson. All right, it's between Georgia, Ohio State, and Auburn, and Texas getting in the mix there for Tyler Atkinson. Tyler Atkinson is the most guaranteed this guy will play on Sundays inside linebacker eval that has ever come out of the state of Georgia, in my opinion. All right, that includes Zayden Walker, at least that I have scouted. All right, so I didn't go back into the Roquan days. I wasn't covering the sport at that time. I was still getting my brains beat in playing it. This guy right here, Kirby, I told you before the show, I have a player comp for him. This guy reminds me of a Georgia legend at the linebacker position. I want to see how quickly you land on the name that I have landed on.
Will you get me a time frame, or do I have to?
Recent.
Recent, okay. Oh.
By the way, he's 6'1", 225.
Fast.
He's 6'1", 225.
Tall for the position.
Actually, 6 foot, not 6'1". This is what sold the comp for me right
Let's
here.
see.
This one play.
Is that Channing Tindall?
No, it's Nakobe Dean.
That was
This guy, even his drip. Look how he tapes his wrist. This guy he looks like Nakobe Dean. All right, they have an extremely high grade on this young man, by the way. And the other thing that really sold it on me, kind of stocky, real wide hipped, all right, and really instinctual in the run game.
Looks somewhat squatted.
Look how well he played that screen right there. How patient he was. So I'm telling you, Nakobe is the comp here for me, and I think this kid's going to be such a great Mike linebacker. Look how patient he is right there. And hits with some fire.
The reason I said Channing was because of the way he fires into the hole.
Yeah, no, he does. And look, all right, so Nakobe had a pec injury, and at his pro day ran somewhere in the 4.8s. I think in his fastest days at an NFL combine, Nakobe's probably running 4.65. I don't think he ran at the combine. But Nakobe wasn't running 4.41 like Channing. Nakobe wasn't running 4.48 like Kwell. But Nakobe's short area quickness and his box acceleration was tremendous. This kid fits the same mold. Yeah, as a spy right here. We're going to get home as a rusher right here. I like me some Malik Morris tape, okay? I think if you paired him, and I don't know if this is possible because I think both of these guys are top 70 players in the country. If you were to be able to sign Tyler Atkinson and this kid in one class, you've got your Mike and Will. This kid plays Mike, Tyler Atkinson plays Will. You roll on with it, you're good. You don't have to sign another football player in the class at that position.
It's like an EA 25 dream.
Yeah, no doubt. Just so smart. Yeah, man, I'm all over Malik Morris tape.
I like that.
I'm all over Malik Morris tape. I told you I had some dimes for you tonight, didn't I?
You did.
I didn't come up short, did I?
You went 10 for 10.
Yeah, I didn't have a bad tape one, did I?
Excuse me, 9 for 9.
9 for 9 on tapes tonight of just extremely good football players on both the national and the local scene for you guys right there. You got anything else from a Curb?
That's all.
All right.